And we're back with that part 2. This is supercomputers. We've got both Leonard and Jared still here.
Howdy.
What up?
I'm done crying, by the way.
You're done crying?
Yeah. Towards the end of the last video, I was crying, remember?
Oh, yeah.
No.
Filled with PTSD.
Oh.
I think this whole thing took like 3 weeks, 3.5 weeks. I mean, granted, we weren't on a lot the whole time because, you know, we're social beings, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
But the build still took a lot of time.
So all of these builds here at Supercomputers, cosmetically, they were all done by Leonard. The only one that was not was this one back here. But we will start with the first build we put up, which is our plastic build. Now this is doing close to 1,000 plastic. One, it's going towards our supercomputers. And then 2, it is going towards our computers. So we've got quite a bit that are here. We chose to do more of a in the floor kind of build, which Leonard highlighted a lot with the lights. So
Yeah, I like that accent.
it does give a really fun look. And then definitely in this rocky desert area, we've obviously done a lot more with lights. So there's quite a bit showcased in these builds as well. Next, we've got our copper build. Our copper build
Bank.
is... Huh?
The bank.
The bank. That's what I think it looks like, is a bank.
It's copper, full of pennies.
Full of pennies. Yeah, so our copper, I think it's like 24 refineries to make pure copper ingots. And then that is then going into, I still believe, 24 copper sheet or steamed copper sheets. This is being fed into the rest of our build. And then we've got on the top floor our wire and cables, which is for our computers.
Nice.
So this build
I like it.
is very tall. It's our, I think, our most vertical build besides the cube.
Yeah.
Oh, the Tesseract, yeah. The cube.
That's right, yeah.
The cube. I
Oh, it's
am going to
waterfall.
make a detour over here before moving on to the rest of the build. From our plastic build, we have an excess of heavy oil residue, which we are pushing into diluted fuel, and we have an additional 46 fuel generators.
Yo. Extra power.
So this is something that I put up, I think when Leonard was out, to get rid of our byproduct. And yeah, it's kind of similar theme to the plastic, having them in the floor. And yeah, it's just kind of laid out this way.
Looks good.
It looks really good.
Thank you.
I love the frame wall.
Yeah.
Look.
Yeah.
Nice and open. Platforms.
You can see that the oil is a long oil pipeline that's coming from our coast over there. Leonard and I chose to do a fracking method. So that is coming from the resource well that's over there, and I think an additional oil node, I believe.
Yeah, correct.
Then we've got our water kind of going over there for our copper build. Leonard was kind enough to put little service areas in, which is great because we all kind of use our hover packs. The next section I want to highlight is our copper sheet waterfall.
Oh, yeah. That thing is so beautiful.
I think we're moving a little over 500 copper sheets. Does that sound right to you, Leonard?
Mm-hmm.
Sounds right to me. So that's all coming down. Thank you, Leonard. He worked tirelessly to make the logistics of this work. This was not what I was focused on. So, as you saw on the inside, they were all kind of being belted throughout like the middle of the build when we went up the middle of the building, and then they're all being fed down to then go. And I think they're going into our AI limiters and our circuit boards.
See.
Hmm.
Next, I want to hit up our little
A river.
logistics movement here. We've got all of our, I think most of, if not all of our parts that are in this build. So there's quite a bit going on. That's crazy.
I love this.
And then I've been really enjoying the walkways as well as the door.
Ooh,
So that's super
I
fun.
like the door.
Down here is our AI limiters and circuit boards. As you can see, we're using silica, and there's quick wire and copper sheets. And then once they're fed through the builds, they are going up into the next floor. And then our next floor is our high-speed connectors.
Ooh,
Ta-da!
Ta-da!
I like it.
Super bright.
It is bright.
It makes
I like
me feel like I'm on a runway.
I got up here and it was like hyperspace. It's like
Well,
immediate. I like it.
so we've got our high-speed connector
Clean.
build. Very clean, very nice. We've
I
got
like the
our
walkway.
next kind of build that went up, which, well, I guess it went up prior to the one we just saw. But this is our silica and Caterium build. So our Caterium, if I ever remember where batteries were, our Caterium is coming in mostly from there, and then is also coming in from the Caterium node we're using for iodine filters. So that's all being moved in and from wherever we needed it to. And then we're moving quartz crystal in for silica from the cave that's tucked in to the dwelling of Rocky Desert. So, if you haven't ventured into the cave to get quartz for Rocky Desert, you're missing out. Totally missing out on all
I
the
think there's
spiders
a
you can
SAM
see.
node there too.
There is a SAM node in there.
Yep.
So we've got a lot of constructors in here. So there's a lot of logistics that's happening.
I like the bridge.
Me too.
It looks really cool.
Mm-hmm.
Leonard was quick to point out that we had a nice stream that was running through. And so there was a need to make two separate buildings so that way we could showcase the stream.
Natural beauty.
Natural beauty. So that really is why we've got this kind of going on. Which then looks really cool and fun. There's a lot of fucking circuit boards. Okay. Then, the building I've been avoiding. This is the computer and supercomputer building. Yes, I do realize I've been avoiding the middle building of this build.
I love that it's jet black. Is that black?
Yeah.
So
Map.
first come in, we're looking at our computers. We are making 40 computers
Yeah.
for this build.
Whoo!
So we've got all of our logistics for supercomputers along the back. And then all of our computers are running underneath the build, just like all of our other stuff. Then you can see our computers through the middle. So,
I like that it's recessed down.
right. It's actually quite different from the rest of our stuff, but I do quite like it. So then again, we've then got our supercomputers, where Leonard said in the beginning we are making 10 a minute. Sure. So he's got that all coming out the front. And then that is being brought in to be stored up here. And it is under there where it's going into a storage and a depot. And then we do have drones up front. One is to bring in batteries from our drone fleet. And then the other one is actually to take the supercomputers over to our space elevator and make our assembly director units. Is that the correct part? It's the space elevator part that we're currently working on. So that's what we're making over there. We're combining the adaptive control unit that we were already making and then adding a supercomputer to it. So
Heck yeah.
it's definitely overkill because I believe that we only needed like 0.75 supercomputers and we're making 10. So it is a little overkill, but it is happening. So yeah, this has been our Rocky Desert kind of tier 7 build. We've got quite a few things. A lot of people, plus ourselves, have, when we've talked about this area, Rocky Desert feels small now.
Yeah, it does.
So
Absolutely.
being able to kind of go around and see all of our stuff and our building has been a fun kind of thing for us. And then, we've got our hypertube lane that will take you to the additional builds. While it wasn't super needed in grassy fields, the area for Rocky is actually, in my opinion, bigger, or we just don't have as many things. Where here it's like you're focusing on bringing in like the raw material and then you're making all of the things at your spot.
Yeah.
So, and then you can see the Caterium we're using for the iodine filters, as well as the, I guess it's their quick wire. So I believe it kind of sums up everything that we've done here in Rocky Desert.
Yeah, we're moving on. I don't have anything
Moving
else.
on
To the next thing.
to the next thing. Yeah, I think we've started a little bit on our northern road and what looks to be our next hypertube area.
Yeah. Just finished that.
And then that'll be going out that way. Yay!
Hooray.
Yeah, I love Northern Forest.
Yeah, you do.
For those of you who don't know, it's probably Jared's #1 starting spot.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
Where does everybody start? Well, let's see. Mikey and Randy start in grass fields. Randy pretends no other place exists. Mikey
Facts.
just doesn't. Has now expanded, but didn't know. Jared starts in northern. I definitely start a lot in Rocky Desert. And then Leonard, I don't actually know where you would normally start.
It was actually grass fields in the beginning until Jared told me about Cliff Base
Mm.
In Northern, yeah.
in Northern. So, I mean, I haven't started a new game in a long time, but
Your
I don't
own
know.
new game.
Who knows? Who knows where I'll start next? Maybe it's Dune Desert.
Oh, I have started there, and it's not terrible, but I've never gotten far.
It's just barren.
Baron.
Mm-hmm.
Alrighty, well that kind of sums up all we've got for this build, and then as well for this kind of area, and then we will catch you all in the next video.
Till next time.
See ya.
See you.
Bye.